Hi, my name is Avian Tech, and this is the NERF Elite 2.0 EaglePoint. This is a quote-unquote bolt-action blaster, much like how the Longshot works, and it's got an 8-dart capacity in this rotating cylinder and storage for about 8 more darts back here. These knobs screw onto the blaster, which means that they are easily removable, like so. It's a good step up from the previous designs where the bolt was just a one-way installation and it was a real hassle to remove it. It's similar to the older AccuStrike AlphaHawk, except the AlphaHawk holds about 3 less darts, but the cylinder pops out and is easier to mod. More on that later. It comes with 16 elite darts, which is pretty cool, a kind of double your dart sort of deal, and it also came with these cosmetic attachments, a barrel extension and a scope. They don't really do much, but they sure do make the blaster look neat. Firing it is easy, you just load it with darts, you prime the bolt back, and pull the trigger. It's also got slam fire if you're into that. I'll show you the internals in a little bit, but first, a firing demo. Let's see, minimum 65, max 74, so an average of 69, nice. Now that's what I call stock. Okay, this is what the EaglePoint looks like opened up. Let me tell you right now, this thing was a pain to open up. There were plastic clips everywhere. I'm probably just gonna trim them down with these little nippers. I think there was some solvent welding. I'm not entirely sure, but it was just garbage to try to get this thing open. So now that we're looking inside at what makes it tick, it's neat that the internals are like inside of a little cage, a little jail of sorts. The trigger is on a leaf spring, which that kind of sucks. I mean, this thing is going to obviously wear down over time and snap, and there's really going to be no way to replace this, but oh well. Let's kind of get this thing open. I guess it, oh, hello. Oh, all right. It's just, oh, the whole thing pops out. That's kind of cool. So all of this plastic, and this is pretty much the only part of it that really matters. I'm gonna throw you down over here. Wow. Very cool, very compact. That's fine. This is very reminiscent of a hammer shot, for me at least. Okay, so you could, let me see if I can take, oh! So the internals are clipped right here, if you can see that. So give me a second while I get this thing open. Okay, I managed to get the rest of the cage off. It was also plastic clipped together. That sucked. But, you know, here it is. It seems pretty simple. You know, you got the catch right here. The catch uses a spring. That's good. This is the thing that rotates the cylinder. And this is, you know, That's what you pull on to prime the blaster. Can I just... Yeah. There's a very, like, thin part on the inside that hooks onto the plunger rod to pull, you know, pull the plunger rod back to make it go kapow. But this is a pretty, it's kind of a small plunger tube in my opinion. I don't really know how strong the spring is. I don't really feel like getting it out. But then again, I'm already here, so I might as well. I'll worry about that later. Oh, that's nice. Some nice padding. I mean, it seems like a pretty standard spring. I mean, considering the numbers that we were getting, around 70-ish. So I'm guessing that this spring is about the same as all the other springs in Nerf blasters. I just want to know what was it about this? I don't know. I don't think it was in the footage of the firing demo, but every now and then the slam fire would engage when I wasn't even, like, maybe I was just lightly touching the trigger or something like that, but something about it, the blaster just wasn't catching when I would prime it back. So I don't know, something would happen. Maybe it's just human error on my part. But anyway, this is what the insides look like. It seems like you could upgrade that already. Although I like how the plunger head is already kind of padded. It's like a very like a rubbery sort of padding. So yeah, I mean, you know, it might be worth some time maybe upgrading the spring. Who knows? I'm probably not going to be using this much. But you know, I mean, it's all that plastic, and this is just all that's inside. It's very interesting. I'm gonna re-lube this thing back up and button it back all together real quick, so give me 1 second. Oh, that was a pain in the ass. Full disclosure, this is my first Elite 2.0 blaster, and I was not prepared for all those plastic clips and the general difficulty of getting this thing opened. Now I definitely understand the community's general gripe about these blasters. There are pros though. Overall, I do like the general look of this blaster. I find it visually appealing. 8 darts is a solid capacity, and the dart storage is much appreciated. It hits stock ranges, which is fine, and I do appreciate that the plunger head inside had that thick rubber stopper on it. Now, let's talk about the cons. Holy crap, I hated opening this thing. All those plastic clips were just... ugh. While I was off camera, I just kind of snipped all of them off with these. There's also a hidden screw right here under this grip piece, which I had to jimmy off because it was held in with more plastic clips. And the fact that the trigger had a plastic leaf spring instead of a normal spring was a major bummer. Speaking of plastic, I've got a minor beef with this barrel attachment. Okay, so in the older Elite blasters, a barrel attachment, you'd usually have this this ball detent right here on the bottom. It had a spring behind it, so the barrel attachment would be more secure on the blaster. This Elite 2.0 one, however, the ball detent, it doesn't have a spring behind it. Instead, it's like attached to this cutout section of plastic. It's like a peninsula of plastic, I guess. It gets the job done, and I'll grant it that, but something about it, it kind of feels like it's a lower quality, if that makes sense. I'm also not super sure about its durability, but only time can tell concerning that. I might try upgrading the spring in the future, but it might not be worth it. I'm not even sure if the internals can handle that. Honestly, it's not a mod-friendly blaster, which is okay. This is a toy, and the demographic this toy is meant for is children who are at least 8 years old, according to the box. This thing is perfectly fine stock, and I firmly believe stock blasters have their place, like an impromptu house battle or something. If you're a modder or performance-minded, you're probably not going to want it. You're probably going to want to pick up virtually anything else. Or get it and mod it anyway. I don't know, I'm not your boss. If you are a child, or happen to know one, or just like stock blasters that fire at roughly 70 feet per second, then feel free to check this blaster out. I mean, you know, it looks cool. It looks cool, and sometimes that's all you need. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll see you next time or something. Bye.